Hello, this is Kev speaking, and as always, please subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and just remember at this YouTube channel, we're not just a YouTube channel, we're also a Facebook group. So search for the 27K member group, Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone. If you would like to join up and add or offer a conversation starter. So anyway, how's everyone doing? This I ran across this story and I wanted to dive further because there was a headline that read Casey family in shock as mother leaves everything in her last will to her pastor. Um Basically it jumped out at me because I just wanted to find out, investigate why would a mother of a family leave everything to her pastor. It kind of is like up close and personal with this one because um, there was family members of mine that were swerved like that too, and these family members like they turned completely against us for money. It's like I had an uncle that passed. Um, I had an uncle that passed like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, and that happened. So, I know how it feels. I know how it feels to for a family to be cut out because there's a snake oil salesman that poisons the mind of a family member. Um, Let me show you a picture of this lady right here. Uh, all right. Oh well, that's her family right there. The man in the Kansas City hat is Cedric Hoyle, and the woman crying is her only daughter, Rosalind James. They were sort of, as explained in the story, they were sort of estranged. Um, this is Beatrice Allen. She passed away at the age of 90 last September. While the family was struggling to cope, Miss James, her daughter, began to become suspicious of her mother's bank account. So the pastor, um, let me see if I can get to the picture of him. Yeah, that's Pastor John Wright. Had like while she stayed at a nursing home, he arranged for like he was her caregiver. Actually, as the family say, her trusted caregiver. They trusted him with the care of their grandmother, but it seems like it was all a ruse to get like whatever assets she had because it was strange because she for some reason signed over power of attorney to him. Yeah, that's how they got my uncle like that. He was coherent, then he was incoherent. Um, that's just what it was. Um, there's a lot of things wrong with the situation, as the news report that I'm about to show you will state and will say. And this news footage might be subject to copyright, so it's not my news footage. This is for nonprofit. This is to educate. Maybe I'll stop it a few times to make comments. Um, and to really just to get our people to watch for sons of bitches like this, because I mean this old lady was very very religious. She was very religious, and like I had a great grandmother that was very religious too. They believe these guys are next to God. And I'm glad that we have people that are waking up to this BS right now. But unfortunately, the people in our family that we love, they don't necessarily like they can't wake up and won't wake up from it. And although I feel like they're being duped and they're being tricked, I still love them, and I still hate to see stuff like this happen. So let me go ahead and show y'all a news report. Um, and it's just like it's just a lot of it's grief, heartache, and it's just disrespect throughout the whole thing. So
as her family struggles with her death, they're also struggling with the man who for more than a decade they trusted with her life, Pastor John Wright.
Truthfully, I don't hate the pastor, or I don't want any ill to come to him, but I just want him to not ever have a chance to treat anyone's family this way.
For nearly 40 years, Wright has been the pastor of Metro Church of Kansas City, where Miss Allen was a longtime member. She trusted Pastor Wright so completely that in 2003, after suffering 4 strokes, she gave him
power of attorney.
Power of attorney. He took over her
power of attorney after 4 strokes. Now, how can anyone be coherent in any of that? Yeah, that's her knotted up signature right there. And POA, as they show you, means power of attorney. It's really sad. Well,
her finances and paid her bills.
She felt that he had more ways and means. I didn't have a car at the time, and that he would have better transportation to pick up prescriptions.
I understood why she trusted the pastor, and that was no problem for me.
Until the day of her death, September 30th. That's when her grandson, Cedric, and her only child, Rosalind, say they saw another side of a man whose church they had once attended.
He made me feel like nobody.
She'd called the pastor to ask about her mother's bank.
Now, this phone call is just straight disrespect. I mean, for a family that's mourning, how he treats them is very bad. It's horrible. Like, this dude is just he's a piece of crap. So just listen to how this goes now. You know, the underhandedness of the world.
Account. She recorded the phone conversation.
Why do you think you need to know? Because that's my mother and that's her money. The last will and testament makes it very clear that I'm not accountable to you or anybody else on doing this.
That's when she learned that her mother had left a will, leaving everything to him.
And I said, who drew this up? Because my grandmother can't talk, write, or read. And he said, her attorney. I said, who is her attorney? Because I've never heard of him. And he just refuses to speak any more about it.
In fact, they said the pastor wouldn't even let them see a copy of the will.
And I never wondered how much money she had. And it still doesn't matter. But whether it's 90,000 or 96, I don't believe he's entitled to it.
I wonder why.
And I don't believe that he's entitled to it either in a sense. But as I think that we probably might have missed it because I was talking over that part, that he said that he had paid all her bills and ran and got all her medicine and everything. But I'm still on the side of you just don't treat people like that. It seems to me like when she was alive, he was nice and forthcoming to the family. You know, and everything was cool, but when money got involved, you know, that changes people.
Fox 4 Problem Solvers paid a visit to Pastor Wright's Northland home to get his side of the story. The pastor agreed to talk to us.
But I'm not going to go on camera right now.
Yeah, that little thing keeps popping up every time I hit pause. Well, that's the piece of crap right there, Pastor John. Whatever.
But not on camera, so we turned our cameras off.
Right,
Wright said for many years, Mrs. Allen saw very little of her.
Yeah, I just want to show you a shot of a grandmother and some beautiful black women. You know, we don't say that black women are beautiful enough sometimes, and you know, we gotta let us know that, hey, you know, we have a certain character and a certain spirit, and that's in all 4 of these women. The grandmother too. I mean, the face is kind of cut off, but you know, you see a charming resiliency and spirit in each one of them, and we shouldn't let, you know, people like these pastors and, you know, historically, you know, Caucasians do our people like that. You know, we got to be there for our women. And Cedric, what was you doing? What was you doing? I mean, I see you sitting up here now, but all right, let's continue. I just want y'all to see that's a beautiful portrait right there. Let me see if I can back it up a little bit to get the grandmother in there. Oh shit, that pud right there.
Wright said for many.
Now, let's see.
Years, Mrs. Allen saw very little
Okay. Oh, that didn't do any better. But let's continue with the story. I mean, y'all got the idea.
of her family. So he made it his priority to take care of her as a way, he said, of humbling himself before God. For 15 years, he paid her bills, picked up her medicine, and arranged for her rides. This senior center where Miss Allen spent most days confirmed to Fox 4 that Pastor Wright was handling her affairs and would often call to check on her. Daughter Rosalind said there was a period when she and her mother hadn't been close, but that changed 7 years ago.
I'm clean and sober and have been for many years.
She spoke to her mother almost daily by phone, according to her mother's last caregiver. Grandson Cedric visited her every week.
Even if my grandma had disowned my mom, even if that was possible, which is not, but even if that was possible, she would never in life deny me or my brother or my sister.
The pastor told Fox 4 that Miss...
Yeah, let's remember that word, deny. Deny. I don't think that's the pastor with money. They're just showing a bank or whatever. But yeah, they did have a relationship toward the end of her life. So I mean, whatever circumstances, it all was forgiven. You see those beautiful pictures of her and her family. I mean, they couldn't have been that estranged.
Allen had very little money in her account at the time of her death, although he wouldn't tell us how much or even show us a bank statement. Pastor Wright did show us the will.
This is unusual.
Probate attorney Bill Stilley said the will
Listen to
appear
this.
to be drafted by an attorney because it states that at its time of execution, Miss Allen had no children.
That's a lie. It's not true. How much other stuff is not necessarily true in this will?
Stilley
Yep, that's what I'm saying. And it gets worse.
said if someone was estranged from their family, they might not leave them any money, but they couldn't deny their existence. Plus, there are other problems with this will. The witnesses and the notary are all members of Pastor Wright's church.
It just raises the level of questions as to, is this her real decision?
But Pastor Wright said Miss Allen was of
integrity
sound
all the
mind
way
and
around.
memory when the will was drafted. He said he only agreed to take care of Miss Allen because she was a member of his church. It was never about the money. But this phone recording by the family shows the pastor did appear to have at least some interest in the value of her estate. He threatened to call police because the family took Miss Allen's power chair.
The thing is $12,500 wholesale.
But it's not about the money.
That's way into felony. I don't want that to happen to anybody. You try your best. Do what you gotta do.
According to the will,
And
money from
Cedric
Miss Allen's
is-
estate
And Cedric is just making a decision based on emotion. But I do support him standing up for something. I do support him standing up for something, you know, fighting for something. But I hope he doesn't get in trouble, you know, because you know how the legal system is. But how the hell if a woman that can't see, can't talk, can't write, but you know, how can she do that?
he was supposed to pay for her funeral. Instead, Miss Allen's family paid the cost. The pastor never offered to help. Although it's not unusual for someone to leave part of their estate to a church, it is unusual for a pastor. Money from Miss Allen's estate was supposed to pay for her funeral. Instead, Miss Allen's family paid the cost.
Yeah, I wanted y'all to listen to that again. Like he was saying, money from Miss Allen's estate had to pay for the funeral itself, but since he signed everything over to himself, they had to pull together and pay for her funeral. They had to pay to bury her. So basically, he said it was about because she was a member of the church. Now it had nothing to do with money. Come on now, you got two pieces of evidence of this dirty ass piece of you know what. Yeah, first of all, he worried about the damn power chair, and then he wouldn't pay for the funeral. Now, this is what kind of happened, you know, with me, and what happened in ours. Well, anyway,
The pastor never offered to help. Although it's not unusual for someone to leave part of their estate to a church, it is unusual for a pastor to personally inherit the entire estate.
We help people navigate their spiritual lives and their relationship with God, and that puts us.
Oh, look at how crazy she looks. Like, look at how beady those eyes are. Come on now. Why would you put her of all people on TV? Look at good God. It's like okay, if Reverend Shayna Stites, female reverend. I don't roll with that. No. I mean, even if it's in my community, I don't roll with female leadership. I mean, that's a man thing with me. You can think how you want to think with me on that one. You can comment, but no, I don't roll. Ooh. And then look how she looks. Ooh, she's crazy. Like, oh my God. It's like, what? How many lines of coke have you done? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if she does. Disclaimer, I don't know if she does that or not.
In a different position of power than it would with your neighbor.
Reverend Shanna Stites of Community Christian
She looks like she's on a comedy show.
Would turn down that kind of gift.
I don't know under what scenario I would feel comfortable accepting that money.
Well, that's
this family, their mother,
yeah, she's kind of right.
Has left them feeling betrayed.
I looked up to him most of my life. I'm not going. That's why I want to say over and over. I'm not here to shame him. I just want him to really realize how much he's hurt my mother and my family.
Cedric, I know you and your family are hurting, but from someone on the outside looking in, it's like, and I have no kind of, I got a couple of biases in this. Yeah, you should shame him. Like, I'm shaming him right now for you. You can go be strong for your family and, remembering your grandmother. I'll shame this piece of crap for you. He robbed y'all. He stole from you. If he at least paid for the funeral, I don't know. It probably would not have been that big a problem if he had at least paid for the funeral, but he didn't. He took everything. And now he's threatening you because y'all got her power chair. It's like, man, forget this dude. For real. Don't worry about this man's feelings. Yeah, I mean, I just really hate to see something like this happen. It's like, and our trust in the spiritual community, as America puts it, is nothing to it anymore. We have to be the ones to look out for our family now, because some of them are far gone. Like, they love them some white Jesus. They will sing, scream, voices go hurt, hoarse, all that shit. Like, it's a shame. Like, I grew up like that. I grew up around devout Christians, so I do have a belief system. I believe in a higher power than myself. I do believe there's something guiding us, but I believe that they have hid so much from us, it's ridiculous. Oh, I got to check to see if anyone. I got 7 viewers, which I appreciate that. Let me check the chat. But if you are a believer, send them a prayer too. If you're not, that's okay too. But this is messed up. Oh, okay. Let me check my chat. Say hey to y'all. I really appreciate the viewership. I appreciate the subs too. Okay, Flo Lee. That's sad. That's really sad. He's right. But just anyway, y'all. Just a message. Let's do a better job of protecting our family members from stuff like this. I mean, if they always looking out for us and telling us that, the things that we should look out for, they care enough about us. It's time for us to start caring a little bit about them too. That's all I'm saying. And don't let them get duped by stuff like this, like these snake oil salesmen out here. These guys that tell you their idea, their indoctrinated idea of what, Christianity and worship is. Always have that, search for a deeper understanding. Because let me tell you something, anybody in our community that knows our history knows where all that stuff comes from. It's undeniable. Just backtrack a few hundred years. Just make it make sense. Like I don't like seeing stuff like this. Just like, you know, rest in peace, Miss Beatrice Allen. Rest in peace. You know, it's you didn't. She wasn't like that coherent when all of this happened. She's the victim of a crook. That is all there is to it. She's the victim of a crook. Well, all right. That's just you know, wanted to share my, you know, perspective and insight on this story right here, and just it's messed up, and there's some messed up things in this world, but of course we can always do something effectively to make sure that things aren't messed up in our own worlds and in our own lives. Just just search for the truth. Period. Just search for the truth. Don't allow yourself to be duped, and don't allow the ones you love to be duped either. You know, I have a wife and daughter. I mean, my wife respects my views on certain things. I mean, she wishes she could change a couple of them, but I mean, that doesn't stop me from, you know, telling her what I believe to be, and she can respect it or not. You know, she's a churchgoer. You know, and you know, she carries me with her sometimes. You know, my daughter enjoys it. I mean, if it gives my daughter a sense of morality, I'm okay with it. But I don't think it should ever get to the point where we're just giving up everything, just everything, just our whole lives. You know, because believe me, according to that concept of God, God don't like ugly. All right. Well, I'm done for right now. Like I said in the beginning of each one of these videos, please subscribe if you haven't to this channel. We're experiencing a little growth, and I'm grateful for everybody who decides to sub and roll with me on this. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and I will talk with y'all later on. Peace out.